being 4 over decades in this field of bioregenerative medicine, started everything in the 80s with the Swiss and the Germans and with the Soviets. It is high time we have to bring this all to India because production in Europe is getting so expensive that we must cut down the cost, bring the best technology, have the production in India here, and export it out of the world. But at the same time, we must save all the children of India. This is a country with the most populous people around, the most amount of people, the most amount of doctors, the most amount of patients.
And a young population.
And it's high time for us that we must provide education to the physician, educations to the public to understand more about their own health. Because I always say the public themselves, the non-doctors themselves, the patient themselves should be their own doctor to a certain extent. Because all the doctors in the world will never have all the time for the patient. So it's high time education is important to understand about their own health. And health costs is getting so expensive these days. And it's causing a big toll for all the governments of the world. So if we can cut down on dialysis, we can cut down on medication, on diabetic drugs, we can cut down on Parkinson or Alzheimer, all kinds of diseases, that will bring down the cost and lower down the toll on the government. And this saving in cost can be spent more into education and research further. And that should be the way instead of spending all the money on the drug side. So it's high time that we have to do this, bring the technology down, bring the best of what you have in Europe, be it in Switzerland or Germany or all parts of the world, and bring the best information, bring the best education with scientists and clinicians or doctors or physicians from all over the world right into India. And with the loop, we are going to combine everyone together. So everyone is accessible to some of the top universities of the world, some of the top scientists from them, and everywhere. This is the right way to move, to cut down the cost and spend the extra saving into development of the country. We are spending so much money for the economy of the country, every one of us, every country, every government of the world. So it's high time that make India already the generic drugs of the world, the producer, to another level. And since the government of India, together with the Prime Minister of India, has been molding the situation of cancer therapy with CAR T cells, that means immunology is very important. And being us as one of the world, in fact, we are the world's largest manufacturers of immuno drugs, raw materials. We call it active pharmaceutical ingredients of the thymus gland, which is the immuno drug with thousands of publications on super boosting your immune system. Your immune system starts to go down after 60 because the thymus gland born bigger than your heart, which is producing the T cells or the immune cells, is totally gone after 60. So because of that, you must complement with the immuno drugs. During the COVID, the Chinese government was saying very well that they did it successfully, treating COVID patients with TCM, traditional Chinese medicine. But they also do it together in supplementation and complementation with thymus therapy. But they were doing it with synthetic thymus. And here we are the world's largest manufacturer in Germany and the only one approved by the European Pharmacopoeia for these drugs or these raw materials. It's high time to bring them down to India because the labor cost in India will be the cheapest of the world. So why don't we produce this instead of producing in advanced country where the cost is all in the labor cost? So this is what we want to do here. And again, education is a must for all the doctors of the world. We will provide the best education, and we have to work hand in hand. So in other words, India will benefit in terms of biotechnology. Indians will benefit in terms of education. India will benefit in terms of saving in costs. And India will have an extra income by exporting the drugs out of India. And what about the rich in India? They have been going out of the world for their cancer therapies or all kinds of therapy. Why don't we make India the immuno center of the world, the immunology center of the world? And we can do that in line with your Prime Minister wishes to make India to treat cancer patients, because cancer is one of the most expensive drugs for all the patients. Okay, and 1 out of 4 or 5 of us after 60 could be a patient for cancer, a potential patient of cancer. And this cause is killing. So it's high time to do this, set this as a center of excellence for education, for the academy, center of excellence for the non-physician too, to learn more about their health, work hand in hand with the government of the world, the health authority, to provide education. Example, today we have Liver Day. Then we talk about liver to all the non-public, how to take care. Diabetes Day, we talk about diabetes. So that is the way to do it. And we are blessed to have producers here or people in the movie industry to disperse the news to the rest of the world in India. And it's not only in India, because there are also India all over the world. So it is important to do this, and it is with a good conscience we want to bring the best here. In terms of treating the children, our dream will be to treat them without making a single cent from all these poor children. We shouldn't be making money from poor children. They are called special need children. That means they are handicapped in a way. So let's do it with a heart, and all the physicians must treat with a good heart. Thank you so much.